Well, here we are, folks. Second match of the season at Wissahickon High School against Hatboro-Horsham here in the SOL American Conference. I want to start off here with the keys to the match presented by Schuylkill Valley Sports. Schuylkill Valley Sports is the official wrestling retail partner of PAWrestling.com. And also we have our wrestler of the match presented by ASICS as well. So let's get right into the keys of the match here. I'm here by myself tonight, so Mike's going to be cueing me as we go. So number one here, we're going to talk about the Hatters. They need to score bonus points where expected. And that kind of seems to be the keys to most of the matches here early on in the season. Additionally, they need to limit the bonus points against, meaning that, in the toss-up matches, they need to stay off their backs. For the Trojans, they need to be big in the favorable bouts that they have, where they're favored to win. They have about 4 or 5 wrestlers that are favored here coming in. They need to win those bouts. So if Hatboro-Horsham get matchups in those bouts and keep the bonus points limited, they're going to be okay. And I think one of the bigger keys here is whether Wissahickon can rebound from a 1-4 Abington Ghost Town Duels performance. They did not wrestle very well. And Hatboro-Horsham's 0-1. Both teams kind of suffering really big losses in this conference. Wissahickon losing to Upper Moreland early to open the season, and Hatboro-Horsham with only one match under their belt this early in the season, losing to Plymouth Whitemarsh. So this is a wide open league right now. We expect these teams to be battling for a league title. So we'll see what happens tonight. The other thing is, I talked about winning those toss-up bouts. That really is the key. There are going to be some holes in these lineups. May have a forfeit or two as well. We're really going to keep an eye on these toss-up matches tonight. And the coin toss is going to mean something a little bit as well. Coaches are going to have to do a little shuffling, maybe a little chess match here to get some matchups after the coin toss. And, that coin toss has been in play for a long time now, as we know. And it really is a factor in some of these matches when coaches need to make a decision, and they need to make it quickly right after the coin toss, especially if they're starting at a weight class where it's going to matter. We're going to start at 120 pounds tonight. So that's kind of a good spot for Hatboro-Horsham. I do have Hatboro-Horsham on paper winning this match. I feel kind of convincingly based on the matchups that Hatboro-Horsham has. They have C.J. Greer back in the lineup. He was out early in the season with some injury problems, and I think Hatboro-Horsham has some guys back down at the weights that they would like to start the season. Logan Flynn is up at heavyweight still. Eventually he'll come down to 220, so maybe a big matchup tonight with Keller from Wissahickon, a state qualifier last year, and Logan Flynn from Hatboro-Horsham. We hope we see that one, Mike, for sure. So that's our keys to the match, sponsored by Schuylkill Valley Sports, our partner here in wrestling in Pennsylvania, and here with PAWrestling.com. In fact, I'm looking for some singlets right now, Mike. I got to give Greg a call about that. We were talking off camera about that. I need to get some singlets for the Hatters. So if you're looking to outfit your team, let's get after it. Now we're going to take a break for the national anthem. So you have the captains coming out for the coin toss right now. talk a little bit about this past weekend with Wissahickon. They were only able to win one dual meet down at Abington at the Ghost Town Duels, beating Marple Newtown 48-24, and then kind of a disappointment I think in the coming back around in the final rounds there. They dropped one to Pencrest 42-36. So Wissahickon, they need to rebound and see if they can get back to where they were last year. I mean, they are the reigning SOL American champions. So a lot of pride here tonight. They're at home against a formidable foe with Hatboro-Horsham, and Hatboro-Horsham again is kind of coming in a little bit angry off that loss to PW a couple weeks ago. So, last week. So Hatboro-Horsham really has not wrestled a lot of matches, Mike, and that to me kind of is a big deal. Wissahickon has now 6, bouts under their belt, and they have a little bit of experience and momentum. So we'll see what happens here. We're going to wait for the announcers here to announce our wrestlers. Mike and I are going to do our best to get everything right.
First out tonight at 120 pounds, wrestling for Hatboro-Horsham is Michael Long. For Wissahickon, it's Miran Al-Shamri.
So Miran Al-Shamri for Wissahickon comes out at 120 pounds along with Michael Long, the brother of Hunter Long. So 2 Long brothers here on this Hatter squad, which is really good for them. Nice takedown right out of the gate for Long. See if he can keep his hips here, score some backs. I don't see Biddle holding. Maybe he is holding 2. There is 2. So 2 and 2 there for Michael Long right out of the gate. So freshman Michael Long stepping up right away here for the Hatters. So Long goes neutral. Looks like Coach Mongila wants Long to work from his feet. Working a good inside tie right now. Huron kind of fends that off. Maybe Dancing Bears first match, Mike? The 120 pounders? It's amazing.
Left arm pummel in. There it is. Keep inside tie now. Circle, set up. Don't push too hard here, Michael. Better stand.
Excuse me, Michael Long is a sophomore.
Circle. Don't just push, circle. Level change now. Get him moving. Heavy on the head. 40. Have a shot.
Yo, pop it up and shoot.
Al-Shamri with a shot. Nothing there. Long goes right to that underhook. Little headlock might be there. Both guys very upright. Need to stay in their stance, work some angles. Not a lot of action here in the first period now, winding down. Oh, quick 2 by Long after a poor shot by Al-Shamri. So it's going to be 6-1 here moving into the second period. Choice goes to Wissahickon. Long goes neutral immediately. He likes to work from his feet. Coach Staggs comes over. This Wissahickon Trojan squad coached by veteran Anthony Stagliano, longtime coach here in the SOL American Conference, former head coach at Upper Dublin before I took over there. And then back here at Wissahickon now for an extended period of time.
Set up, Michael. Build your lead. Let's go. Circle. Circle. You got a reshot off of that shove there. Circle.
Gets quiet in this gym, Mike. I'm going to be talking to myself and to Mike out there, so I don't have my partner in crime, Joe Youngblood, who usually leads me in these broadcasts. So I'll do a little bit better than I did at Boyertown last year. We had a heck of a time getting the right wrestlers out there. But in the end, it ended up being a great broadcast. Long again scores after a poor shot. by Al-Shamri. So opening up an 8-1 lead at this point. Trying to run a half. He's got it. He's got to stay chest on chest here. Hips down, and there's a big fall for the Hatters right out of the gate. And this is one of those toss-up matches where the Hatters secure bonus, and that's what I was talking about earlier. So quick fall for the Hatters, and that's what they need to get started here on the road, trying to get their first dual meet win and only their second match of the year. Looks like Hatboro-Horsham's going to forfeit here at 126. They have nobody, so let's see who Wissahickon sends out.
A victory by forfeit at 126, Wissahickon Christian Smalley.
So Christian Smalley gets the victory there by forfeit, no contest. I did say there were going to be some openings here in these lineups, and there's the first one. Hatboro-Horsham chooses to forfeit right there.
Next bout at 132 pounds, wrestling for Hatboro-Horsham is Joe Martini. For Wissahickon, Alex Prieston.
So Prieston comes out for Wissahickon. Alex Prieston, district champ last year, wrestling against Joe Martini the third. So, you know, on paper here, Prieston obviously has the edge, a little bit more experience.
Bring down those elbows.
Prieston comes in with a career record of 29-12, coming off that district championship last year. Only a junior. Martini, a sophomore. Only 3-3 last year varsity action. Stepping up into varsity action this season at 132 pounds. He's working a nice takedown here with a three-quarter Nelson spinning behind for two. So Martini off to a 2-0 lead. Very well done there by the Hatter. Now he's going to watch this roll. Prieston tries a Peterson. He rolls right through it. Martini stays on top with that leg kind of terped in there. There it now comes, and there it is, and there's two. Martini kind of let down a little bit there. There's two now. Back's coming. One count. There's one other one. Martini really scrambling, still thinking he's kind of in an offensive position. Trying to come up with that mousetrap counter to the Peterson. I don't know if Larry Biddle's our official. I don't know if Larry Biddle's holding two. No. So just a reversal, 2-2 now. So good action here now after a slow start as we wind down this first period. So 2-2, 6-6 in the dual meet. So we might see a lot of close bouts here early. Both teams going to try and keep this match as close as they can because every point's going to matter in these league matches. It doesn't matter what league you're in, the SOL American or whether you're in the Chessmont. It doesn't matter what division out there. Same thing in the pack. Every point matters in these dual meets. I was mentioning that Prieston was the district champ. He was the South champ last year. 5-1 on the season. Wissahickon benches, they're all up for the most part, except Coach Stagliano, which is rare. So Wissahickon knows how important this match is right here. Only our third bout after we exchanged sixes, one by fall by the Hatters, one given to Wissahickon by the Hatters. So this is our first match in a while here. 3 bouts, might be at a wrestling match. Wrestling broke out here at Wissahickon Gym. Martini's got to work off the bottom here. He's laying flat, and this gives Prieston an opportunity to work on top, and he's got a bar and a half now. Looking for a double bar now. If he gets this could be trouble for Martini. So he just pulls it back. Martini comes around. very Gumby-like, and maybe getting his own 2 coming out. He's got 1 there. So excellent job. No backs. Martini to his feet where he obviously is more comfortable scoring that initial takedown. Got to stay off his knees here. Prieston's strong. Martini, that could be 2 right here. Back point's coming. Oh, yeah. So Martini turns the tide here. Should have 2. Looks like that is 2 backs on Martini with a little, I don't even know what that was. It's got a little toss there, and Prieston thought he was going to come out and out-muscle him, and can't out-stud a stud, like they say. Oh, now Martini makes a mistake and gives 2 reversal back to Prieston. So somewhat sloppy here, this 132 bout, but Martini holding a 7-4 lead with 10 seconds to go. So Hatter's doing their job right here. This is one that we felt Wissahickon had won. Now big mistake here by Martini, getting caught on his back, short time, and there's the buzzer. Comes after the buzzer. No, definitely not after the buzzer. No, the clock had expired. We clearly heard that. So we're going to get over here. Coach Stagliano saying it was good. I can't have both coaches at the bench at the same time.
Liar.
So now they're saying it's a fall. So I'm kind of surprised there. I thought the buzzer did go. So Prieston kind of gets the big win there after some controversy with the buzzer. So not really sure. I could use some other eyes here. I'm not going to turn to Mike because he doesn't have a mic on, but I'll get a visual from him. It was very close. In my opinion, and since I'm not going to be fined by the NFL, I don't think it was a fall. I think the clock had expired. I think the ref kind of lost track with time with the buzzer. It was kind of loud with the Wissahickon fans. So we have Sammy Smith out here for the Hatters. Charles Jones, is that correct? So we have Charles Jones and Sammy Smith right now out here. And Wissahickons out in front by 6, 12-6 after 2. So, after 3 contested bouts, going back and forth, exchanging bonus points. Mike, I think I'm going to keep track of this tonight, Coach. We have 3. And I will be talking to myself. Just that people have to get used to it. I do it a lot if you talk to me. You're usually not listening. I'm just talking to myself. Sammy Smith with a nice ankle pick there. Throwing that head by. That's the way you do it, kids, if you're watching on TV, on YouTube TV, PAWrestling.com. Smith trying that tilt, trying to really dig and roll through. So Sammy Smith kind of taking command of this match right away. He knows he needs to get those points back because that was kind of a big steal by Prieston when he was out, trailing there to Martini. Got to be patient out there. Got to get something solid on top. He's got a really nice tight waist here, Sammy Smith. Sammy Smith, also a sophomore. Decent season last year by Sammy Smith. Now he's working some backs here. Nothing there, I don't think. Now he's got to come back around, hook that head. No points, I don't think. He's not holding anything. So now we're in criteria. Smith's got to look up, maybe adjust a little bit. He does just that, kind of extends that arm. Looking really good here, 20 seconds to go, so enough time to get the fall. Again, tough to see what's going on underneath. Larry Biddle trying to get in the best position he can. Now he reloads it. This one's tight, 8 seconds to go, and there it is. So Sammy Smith just gets the 6 back. Ties this score up 12-12 in the duel. Excellent work by Sammy Smith. Just like I said, Sammy Smith 20-17 last year. 20-17 career. He's a junior and lost a year. 20-17 career, wrestling varsity last year, pretty much full time for the first time. Here comes Matt Fritz out for Wissahickon, one of their better wrestlers here at 145 pounds. We expected this.
Next bout at 145 pounds, wrestling for Hatboro-Horsham, Nate Cotter, wrestling for Wissahickon, Matt Fritz.
So we have Nate Cotter out for Hatboro-Horsham. And again, this is one where Wissahickon obviously is favored, and they need to win this one big. Fritz in on a nice double. Great finish. Fritz coming in at 4-2 on the season, 55-23 overall. He was second last year at District 1 South. Qualifying for regionals, kind of came up short there, wanted to get to state, so he's on a bit of a mission this year to advance to Hershey. And Cotter comes in at 3-10 with his career, a junior, so not seeing a lot of varsity mat time, but now is his time. Fritz working a little boot scoot there, nothing there. Now he goes low on the ankle, back to the double. Cotter's got to hang on here and bail. He does. Smart move. He's got to limit the damage here. Fritz is going to work for tech fall right now, but sooner or later he's going to look to get Cotter on his back. Fritz just scoring off a bad shot there by Cotter. Another two. Makes it 6-2, coming around 30 seconds here in the first.
Elbow forward.
So my early prediction of Hatboro-Horsham winning convincingly may have changed with that one big fall by Alex Prieston, who was down 7-4 at the time in the bout. Kind of really made this thing close and tight here. Got some big matches now coming up here in between Anthony Tamburino and Kevin Salmon at 170. So very interesting to see some matchups up top here. Which coach decides to make the first move, if they're going to bump or whether they're going to just kind of wrestle straight up. We'd love to see that Dan Keller matchup with Logan Flynn here, two of our top-ranked wrestlers in the region. Our District 1 rankings will be out tomorrow night. You'll probably be watching this tomorrow, so you'll see them tomorrow night with our esteemed crew of rankers. Fritz just going to work on his feet. Excellent work. Great movement by Fritz. Score another takedown, 8-3 here to start the second. He's going to work top now a little bit, really jamming that half. Got to get that one-on-one pulled in. Cotter's got to just kind of move now and not put himself in danger. If he gets out of here with a tech fall, that would be acceptable, I believe, for Coach Mongill. Coach Mongill in his third year as the head coach at Hatboro-Horsham. This is kind of maybe a signature match for him. He really has not kind of gotten over the hurdle with a big match. They have not won a league title here. Quakertown gone now last year, so this is their chance to win a league title in the last ever of the SOL American as we go to 2 conferences next year. So even if it's called the American Conference, it will not be the same. Fritz now working on top, looking for a bar after that takedown. About 50 seconds here to go. He's going to run this bar. This is tight. He's got to hook that arm, though. There it is. Cotter has no fight with defense there to that bar. So Fritz posts the 6, and they go on top with Wissahickon Trojans 18-12. So back and forth. The only thing we've seen is 6 points scored here. Mike, we're going to be home early. It'll be a short drive up the road to Pottstown for you, and certainly quick to my spot around the corner. So Tamburino comes out here. AJ Tamburino, transfer from William Tennant. Here at Hatboro-Horsham now comes in as a third-place state finisher last year. Looking to win it all this year. He's in right in on double quickly. On Owen Dowling. Dowling not a bad wrestler here for Wissahickon either. Got to see Dowling over the weekend at the Abington Duels. Tamburino going to work on his feet. Couple takedowns early, and he'll do this. This is what he does. He likes to get warm on his feet, work some takedowns, and then start to go on top. And that's what he'll do. He's a very classy wrestler. No disrespect to Owen Dowling, but This is one of the best wrestlers in the state here. Again, another double. 6-2 now for Tamburino. Now he's got a nice tilt here, nice and tight. He'll get his 3 count. Tamburino committed to the U.S. Naval Academy, naval appointee. Another tilt for Tamburino. He can rack him up in a hurry. Allen comes in with a career record of 10-29, 2-4 on this season. Tamburino just 1-0 with 1 bout under his belt this year. Another takedown. He's just going to town. Career record of, I don't even know how many wins he has. My stats are poor tonight, Mike. I don't know what happened there. He has, Coach Mongiela printed out me a real nice thing here. So Tamburino's 87-9 in his career. He's going to get his 100th win here as a Hatter, which is interesting. Only 89 wins. He had to sit out 1 year in the postseason. Only was 19-0 that year. Now he gets the fall. So Tamburino, workmanlike, gets the fall in the first period with 19 seconds left. So the Hatters come right back, and it is all tied up again. 18. So now we get into these swing bouts we were talking about earlier at 160 pounds. We'll see who the Hatters send. It looks like Wissahickon has to send first, and they do. We'll see who this is. Mike and I are not sure.
Next bout at 160 wrestling for Hatboro-Horsham, Andrea Spinola. For Wissahickon, Nathaniel Ches.
So Ches comes out. Hope you got that, Mike. So we have Spinola. So we have Nathaniel Ches for Wissahickon and Spinola for the Hatters. 2 guys that are unfamiliar to me. So just have to check the stats on these guys here at 160 pounds. So again, this is that toss-up bout, one of the ones I was talking about earlier in the keys to the match, sponsored by Schuylkill Valley Sports. So we're going to see right now who wants it more. I mean, we're tied up at 18. All we've seen here is bonus points, and they've been big bonus points. They've been 6 right on down the line. Starting to get bored with falls, Mike. I don't know. But it is about pinning this sport. So we've seen a couple of falls here out of the gate. Oh, headlock attempt coming here by the Hatters. Ches gets in on a leg attack. See if he can finish here. He's got 2 hands tight. Spinola's spearing that hip, spiking the hip, trying to fight it. He can't get extended here. He does, and Ches gets it too. So good work by Ches for a 2-point takedown with 18 seconds to go here in the first. So slow start to this match, but then we get into a little offense, and Ches scores.
Short tie, don't get that arm. Good job, Ches, good job.
So we're going to start neutral here to start the second period. Spinola down 0-2. So he needs to get some offense going. Spinola looked good on that tie, but he just kind of bailed on it. Looks like he's a bit of a thrower looking for the, oh, there you go. You cannot reach while you're standing up, Mike. Classic example. It's a big mistake by Spinola, and Ches capitalizes on his second takedown of the match, makes it 4-0. So Wissahickon looking good here on the toss-up bout right now. Now Spinola gets to work, realizes he needs to have a sense of urgency, down 0-4.
Let's go. Sire.
So Ches does a nice job there, keeping him down. Not a lot of action right here. Spinola has to work a little bit off the bottom. He's got to make an effort, or Larry Biddle's going to call stalling here. And believe me, the officials this year are not afraid to throw the stallings out. We were down there at the Abington Ghost Town Duels, and I thought the officials did a great job with the stalling, especially on the edge, making them wrestle. And there's a stall call right now on the offensive wrestler. So all of a sudden, Ches gets the call against him when Spinola explodes off the bottom to his feet. See if he can do the same thing here and score a point. A little crawling forward. I like that, Mike. Crawl forward and then go to your second move. Tries a little roll there, nothing there. And it looks like Ches is hanging on top now with that cross wrist. Now he's got 2-on-1. He's got to advance out to the side and look for some, pinning combinations. Now he gets a half. Spinola peels right off. 10 seconds to go. But not a lot of action here, so see what happens here moving to the third. But Spinola needs to get moving here in the third. We'll see where Coach Mongillo chooses to put him. Looks like choice goes to Wissahickon. I'm off. There's so many back and forth falls here. I lost track of choice. Choice goes to Wissahickon, and Ches goes down. So advantage to Wissahickon here right now. Ches doing a nice job so far, but he can't be caught stalling again, or else could change the match a little bit, could change the tempo, and certainly positioning for the Wissahickon wrestler. Nothing going there. They go out of bounds. Both wrestlers seem a little frustrated. So Nate gets to his feet, but he's returned by Spinola immediately. Spinola looking for a cradle, nothing there. And Ches just flattens out. I mean, again, Biddle knows of that other stalling call, so see how it goes. He's belly down again. Spinola really trying to work this half, trying to work a power. 3/4, nothing there. He's got to stay to it. And Ches is just belly to the mat. Now he comes off his knees, so that should keep that stalling call away. Now he gets out, so now he comes right into a double. Good offense there. That's your best defense, Mike, on your feet is a good offense, and Ches displayed it right there. Now Spinola's getting a little sloppy, a little desperate, and that opens up the lead 7-0. So not sure if Coach Stagliano's going to look for a major here or not, or he's comfortable with just a ride out here for a 3-point decision. I can tell you what I would do, Mike. Yeah, I'd cut him. I'd go for the major, but 20 seconds left. And now, unfortunately for the Hatters, Spinola just needs to, now he's in big trouble here. Big trouble in a cradle. So what do I know? I know nothing. I don't know if Larry Biddle's holding to. He is. So Ches just slaps on a cradle, goes and gets 2. And I believe the score is wrong on the board, but Mike and I usually have it right. It should be 9-0. Score is correct. Coach Staglon is right. So major decision going the right way for this Wissahickon squad. And that is our first match that goes the full time. And that's a 4-point victory right there for Ches. And Mike, if I'm thinking about the wrestler of the match, it could be the guy right there, depending on where this thing ends up at the end. But very nice job there by Nathan Ches. Excellent work. Staggs comes over to check this wrestler. This is Jake Wood for Hatboro-Horsham, and they send Kevin Salmon out. So this is a big matchup right here. Salmon and Ches at 170. So this is one of those big matchups we were talking about earlier, whether we were going to see him. And this is one where, Wissahickon needs to win this match. This is one of those ones where this is strength on strength. So actually both teams could use a win here over a solid wrestler. So two good wrestlers out there with Kevin Salmon from Wissahickon. Salmon throws Wood right to his back. Nothing there. They let that play out. So good work by Wood to recover there and kind of roll right out of that. It was two takedown and now one for Wood, no backs. Kevin Salmon was second last year at District 1 South, 51-22 overall. Wrestling at the same weight he did last year at 100 and he was at 160 last year, so he's up to 170 this year. Probably looking to go down later, not sure. We'll see what that 170-pound weight class looks like tomorrow, Mike, in the rankings. Jake Wood comes in. He's 19-16 overall. Last year, really getting his first full-time start at the varsity level as a junior this year, and he was a district qualifier. Weren't they all? Wood doing a good job on his feet here, and he's got to look for some offense that works for him. I think he got caught early in that match, a surprise toss by Salmon. So both guys have kind of settled in here now, feeling each other out a little bit. More of a match I expected from Jake Wood, who's very, very strong at this weight class. Salmon, one of the more lengthy, longer guys with great leverage and surprising speed with his height. Been around the wrestling room for a long time. Kevin Salmon. Jake Wood, relatively new to the sport, so kind of strength on style here in this one, if you will. And Hatboro-Horsham needs a win badly, trailing by 4:22:18 as we move into these upper weight classes. Time ticking down here, so again, like I said, after that first toss by Salmon, we've kind of slowed the match down. Both wrestlers kind of not wanting to get themselves in any trouble. Choice goes to Hatboro-Horsham. Wood defers. Wood was going to go down. Coach Mongiel said no, defer. Wood was able to correct it with the official. So Salmon chooses down. So we'll see what Salmon's got. Very good mat wrestler, Kevin Salmon, with his length. Got to watch the rolls and the Petersons. He just sits right back to one. I called it. And Salmon just kind of hip heist out there and gets his one escape. So 3-1 now, Salmon. Good work right off the bottom. Wasted no time. That's how you got to do it out there, boys. You got to get off the bottom, get your point, get the work on your feet, where this sport, as we know, at the next level, it's what it's all about, on your feet. Salmon has great length and wrist control. That's one of the problems to score on him. He's able to defend by tying up wrist, and then, any type of shot you have from outside, he has a great sprawl just by stepping back with his length. Yeah, Wood's got to get heavy on the head. I like that idea. If Salmon's going to tie wrist, you got to pound the head. You got to get heavy on the head here. Salmon turns a favor on Wood. Little dancing bears here at 170. Both guys kind of head to head, straight head. No one looking for an angle, just kind of moving back and forth. Double stall would be in order.
Circle.
Would just kind of shrug Salmon off there, but no real offense, no attack. Imminent, he's faking it, not taking it. Ooh, well, there you go, Mike. What do you say over there? I don't know. You know, we're trying to get that edge expanded, and I don't know if Larry Biddle blew that whistle dead before they got there. Most likely it looked like Jake Wood stopped wrestling completely, so maybe it wasn't too. Down to 20 seconds here. Jake Wood needs to find some offense. He's going to go down, and that's not really where you want to go on Kevin Salmon with his length. Oh, Wood on the edge, trying to scoop behind. See if he goes again. Still has time. Can't get around. Good action on the edge there, Mike. A little momentum shift right there. Maybe Wood can carry that in. Just got chill. I think we're on a vent, Mike. Got to put on my stylish Schuylkill Valley Sports ASICS top. Again, I'm looking good in my white and gray again tonight. So Wood goes down as I called. 2 minutes to go here in the third down, 3-1. Gonna have to take the headset off momentarily. I am back. Now Salmon's got a cradle. It's kind of sloppy from the front end. That overhead far side cradle, which you really don't like to show in the room, but with Salmon's length, I'll take a cradle from anywhere. Wood's coming across now, cutting across those hips. He's got to cut across, get that arm through and feed it through, tie this match up. Got to get some high hips. I'm afraid of a stalemate coming here for the Hatters. I am rooting for the Hatters, if I didn't tell you that earlier. Oh, did I say that out loud? Mike, you got to mute that. So Wood just got to get that there. He gets the arm through. 2 coming now for Wood. That's 2. Trying to help Larry Biddle out. Look, there it is. It was imminent there. So now we have a tie match. Jake Wood and Kevin Salmon. We have a good one now. 1 minute to go. So anybody's ball game. Kind of like to see him go right neutral now. I mean, I know you give the point to Salmon, but it's better than getting reversed. And Jake Wood's got to be really careful with an explosion here by Salmon off the mat, looking for a Peterson or some type of roll. Now he's getting free hands. Wood drops down to a single. Good move there. Still got to be careful with Salmon. 35 to go. Now you can't give up. See, now you got to go. 30 seconds. I would have rather had that full minute. So Wood's got to really get after it now offensively. He needs to score. No stallings have been called, so I think Salmon can just kind of defend here and even give up one with 16 to go. Work that edge. That's good work on the edge by Salmon. Wood gets in on a single. Head on the outside. It's not going to help him. 6 seconds left as they go out of bounds. So Kevin Salmon most likely can step back and circle. Coach Stagliano giving him that advice right now, and I'd be saying the same thing, run. There's a stalling call, but it really doesn't matter. And Salmon's going to win, gets a 2 at the end. Excellent match by both wrestlers there. Salmon comes out 6-3 as the winner, picking up 3 for Wissahickon. Wissahickon gets out to a 25-18 lead now. So that's at one point in that last match, that major, that could mean something looking at, you know, as we get into these upper weights at 182 pounds. CJ Greer, I believe, is back for the Hatters, back in the lineup. So I think we're going to see him here. Coach Mongiel playing a little head games with Coach Stagliano, but I don't think it really matters. I think it's only Greer that's going to come out here. CJ Greer. So it is CJ Greer coming now. Now that we have the Wissahickon wrestler presented.
Now wrestling at 182 pounds for Hatboro-Horsham, CJ Greer. For Wissahickon, Erwin Prado.
So Erwin Pronto, I believe. Prado. So Prado out against CJ Greer. Greer goes right from feet to back. That's his specialty. The lateral drop. And the Hatters are right back in this thing. 25-24. That took up all of about, 19 seconds, Mike? I didn't see. So Greer, boom. 6 points. I can't even give you his stats. But he's obviously back, and that lateral drop is dangerous by CJ Greer. So that changes that team score quickly, making it 25-24. And that's exactly what the Hatters need. They needed kind of a big spark, and they got it. Now they have Hunter Long coming out here at 195, and this is right where the Hatters get tough. Up here in the upper weights, you saw Jake Wood wrestle well, starting off there at 170 pounds. And CJ Greer followed with a real nice, quick fall. And let's see if Hunter Long can put the Hatters out front right now.
Hunter Long for Wissahickon, Max Pester.
So Hunter Long and Max Pester, you pronounce it. I'm trying to get my Mike's forcing me to say the name. I want to get I want to announce these names right. I'm notorious for not getting them right, Mike. So Hunter Long blows right through him. That's 2. Well, Larry Biddle likes that line. That's like and look, we have the full piece here again tonight, Mike. We're going to talk about this all year long. And I'll tell you what, that was 2. It was a nice double by Hunter Long, but Larry can yell at me later that I'm giving him a hard time, but I think that was 2. So see if Hunter Long can get back in the offensive mode. I'm a little frustrated there that he didn't get to 2, but Hunter Long's a solid wrestler, good football player, solid, put on the weight this year, bumped up to 95. Looking for a bear hug, gets caught in a headlock. Oh, this is big trouble for the Hatters here. Big trouble. Long gets out of this, he'll be okay. He does. He's going to come right back into his own maneuver. Nah, nothing there. So Long gets a little sloppy on that bear hug. What's the best counter to a bear hug, Mike? Headlock. So Pester, puts up 2. I don't know if he got any backs. Now we got 4 on the board. I don't know if it's 6-1. I think he said it was 6-1. Larry Biddle looked over the table, said 6-1. I think Mike and I agree with that. 2-2. It was 4-1. Okay, so we are 4-1, 2-2 there. So see if Hunter Long can respond to that. I mean, that's just a mistake. Goes back to that double. Gets caught with his head underneath. Now he's looking for that fireman's. Got to keep that elbow. Lost the arm. Got to get his feet moving there on the bottom. Now he's coming out, goes back, but he's got his head underneath. So Hunter Long got a little sloppy there, down 4-1, but I think he'll be able to rebound here. We start the second. Try and get you some stats here on Hunter Long. Hunter Long comes in at 13-23. He's only a sophomore. Again, getting thrown to the Wolves last year, but getting a lot of bouts as a freshman is important. And again, putting on the weight this year, moving up, and that experience is going to help him. Trying to get bullish on top here. Got a sloppy cradle, little roll through one. Kind of unconventional there, but looked like it was effective, but he lost the grip going through. So now he just lets Pester go rather than get in any trouble on the bottom. So 5-1 now, 1:30 to go in the second, halfway through this match. And this is, again, one of those toss-up matches we were talking about earlier in our Keys of the Match, sponsored by Schuylkill Valley Sports. And, I'm going to have to say that for the most part, both teams have kind of done their job. Wissahickon winning the one toss-up bout. I think the other matches went as expected for both teams. Long again in on that double. He just can't finish it. Gets caught with his head down underneath again. So he's got to move his feet here, try and get an angle to finish. Now he's going to pop out the back. Now he's losing it. Long not going to give that up, though. He's going to hang on there onto that leg. But Max doing a better job staying up on his feet. Oh! Now Hunter catches him with a little toss from his knees. You can't stay on your knees. See if Long makes him pay for it. He's got 30, plenty of time. Got to get heavy on top. Plenty of time here, 22. Long just has to be patient, looking tight now. Just a matter of time. Time ticking away, though, 15 seconds. It's got a 10 to go. Pester fighting this thing off. 5. I don't really know what was up there, Mike. I couldn't really see. You had a better angle. Mike's giving me the pinch of the fingers with a little space between. So that tells me there was some room under there. So Long jumps back out in front here now with 3 big back points of his own. And again, somewhat sloppy by both wrestlers. Shoulder was up. Mike's saying shoulder was up. So, you know me, I thought that was a fall. It's a guy in red and black. I immediately think it's a fall. Even if it's Boyertown, I think it's a fall. Easton, it doesn't matter. So Pester makes a mistake, locks hands there. Biddle doesn't really waste a lot of time calling that whistle for a free move with both men on their knees. So that extends the lead for Long, makes it 7-5. Plenty of time to go here. Now Coach Stagliano realizes he needs to put Long up. He doesn't want to have those penalty points, because those penalty points add up, Mike, as we know. We saw Springford and Council Rock, they added up quick. And wrestlers got to pay attention now to these technical violations and stallings. Here we go. We were in this position before. Long does the right thing, takes it back. And now Pester again with the headlock. Unbelievable. So Pester catches Long, and this could be big trouble. Plenty of time here for Pester to finish. Got that arm underneath. Kind of tough to pin a wrestler with the arm underneath, but it's big trouble here. And this could be a huge, huge swing. Long calling for an injury timeout. I don't think he's going to get it with Biddle looking down, and now there's the fall. So Pester catches Long in the second headlock, really the third attempt, and second one he caught him, and that's big trouble for the Hatters. Looks like Wissahickon now is going to put up some big bonus points on the board, making it 31-24, extending the lead by 7. So that's that's actually 2 swing bouts that we talked about in our keys of the match that have gone Wissahickon way, and they had the lead by 7. And at one point, that major point recorded by Chez back at 160 pounds could be the big one. So choice here was for Wissahickon to send. Wissahickon sends. Not sure who they send here. It's not Dan Keller, 220. So it looks like we're going to have Dan Keller and Logan Flynn. That's kind of worth the price of admission here. So 2 looks like JV wrestlers. I don't know if these guys just wrestled JV or not, Mike. I know the Hatboro-Horsham wrestler did. So see who these guys are. So Barbosa comes out for Wissahickon and James Fuller. And I'm not sure if they wrestled JV or not. I'd love to have that information. I got to keep my JV stats now. So Barbosa with a quick takedown. So the move's not working out right now for Hatboro-Horsham. Hatboro-Horsham chooses to bump Logan Flynn up here, try and get him off of, Logan Flynn was at heavyweight, and obviously Keller wanted to go up and get Logan Flynn at heavyweight. So Wissahickon kind of winning the chess match right now, winning the toss-up matches, and winning the ones they expect to win, and they're winning them big. And I have a feeling this one's going to go the same way for Wissahickon, one of those toss-up matches. Wissahickon obviously coming off of that poor outing at the Abington Goes Down Duels is evident tonight, Mike. I mean, it seems like they really wanted a little bit more. They're not making as bad of mistakes, if you will. And when Hatboro-Horsham's made mistakes, they have capitalized, royally. And big trouble here for Fuller with a full minute to go plus on his back. And this could really seal the deal right here for Wissahickon. And there it is. So make it 37-24, and things are getting out of hand here for Hatboro-Horsham. Barbosa coming in with a big 6 points there. We're going to have a real tough time picking this A6 wrestler of the match, but right now, if I had to pick it, it would be Chez at 160 getting that bonus point at the end. So here we have Logan Flynn, Dan Keller. This is kind of really worth the price of admission. Dan Keller, state qualifier last year for Wissahickon, coming in at 84 and 42 in his senior year. Probably going to get his 100th win this year as well. State qualifier at 182 last year, 5th in the region, 6-0 on the season. Just an outstanding Trojan wrestler. We have Logan Flynn coming in. He came up a little bit short last year. He was 2nd in District 1 East, a little tougher district in my mind. Regional qualifier. Both guys very active here. Flynn trying to score off a poor shot by Keller. Got a high leg back there. My kids don't high leg back enough, you know. Just high leg back and you have that. Man can't hold on. Your leg is stronger than the arm. But Keller's got that long reach. Again, these guys are really well matched in terms of their size. Most likely Flynn coming down to 220, weight 220.1 tonight. Stalemate call by Larry Biddle. Good call there by Biddle. A little low in the action here. Logan Flynn, 64 and 27 in his career. Keller gets in again on a shot, but Flynn defends well. Keller now coming up. Now he's looking good. He get high. Oh, Flynn. Woo! Flynn steps over. And this is trouble for Keller right here. 20 seconds. And this is tight. I don't know if Keller can hang on. He gets adjusted. Flynn trying to get real heavy. Got to get those hips down and finish here. Got to reload it, 10 to go. Time running out. This could be his only chance. Get this fall for the Hatters, put them right back in it. Time running out, and there it is. So Flynn with a really nice step over there, catching Keller with that double. Flynn out to a 5-0 lead. So some fireworks there, Mike. Close that first period. You got to love it. I think Keller comes in at 6-0 on the year as well. And I mentioned the start here, so I'm sure he has not been down in a match yet. And I could use some Skittles, Mike. I'm just saying. All right, Flynn drops down a single, gets it high. Really nice technique there to get that back down to the mat. And Keller's just feeling the weight and strength of Logan Flynn right now at heavyweight. Flynn really working that double under. We got a time call, and I'm not sure what it was. Stalemate? Mike shrugging. He doesn't know either. I guess it was a stalemate. Can't look away with these officials. They call things. Nothing against Larry Biddle, but I mean, I guess it was a stalemate. It looked like Logan Flynn was trying to work double one-on-ones, working that wrist under like he is right now. You see Logan putting his elbow on the back of Keller's tricep. Keller really can't move. He's trapped there. Got his head to the mat, and Flynn doing a real nice job on top here, getting heavy with a 5-0 lead. This could change the rankings. Now Flynn puts that on the back of Keller. Flynn really doing a nice job covering hips there, Mike. Getting really heavy with that arm. Now he's got to be careful here not to lose this arm because this gets potentially dangerous quick. Larry Biddle is keeping an eye on that. Back to our start position pretty much. Flynn looking for the pit leg. He gets it. Breaks Keller down again. And Keller has no answer on the bottom right here. Kind of surprised he didn't work to get to his feet right away with a heavier Flynn. Flynn weighed in at 221.1. I think I said 220.1. So obviously Logan Flynn coming off the football field, packing some heat. Keller obviously with more bout experience might have a little more gas than Flynn right now, as this is Flynn's only his second match. He's coming off a 0-1 start. He lost to the PW heavyweight, and he is not happy. And you can see brought it here into this match tonight. And this, this is the captain of both teams here, Flynn and Keller, and they clearly are doing battle. And Flynn knows that if they don't get a win here, they're in big trouble with 2 bouts remaining. Flynn right off the bottom here to start the third, so he opens up a 6-0 lead. And now Flynn can work for a major, Mike, which could be, a really huge point, kind of get that point back from that other major. They're not going to get those pinpoints back unless Flynn can catch Keller again on his back. So Flynn's got to open up. I mean, you got to forget about yourself for a little bit here and think about the team. Keller right in on that shot. He's real sneaky on that shot. But Flynn, again, defending really well. See if he can score again off the defense. It's there. It's there for the taking. I don't know if Keller can fight off another attempt. Nope. So Flynn 2-3 times around. And now we have that major on the board. Now Flynn's got to get heavy and ride or make a decision here to cut Keller and try and score his own takedown. I mean, all the offense has been scored off of his defense, Flynn's defense. And one time was a big one right to his back. So now Keller sees an opening here to get to his feet, and he does. So see what Flynn does. Flynn has to get offensive. I don't know if Keller's going to make the same sloppy shot and give up a takedown again, knowing that it'll be a major. So 44 to go, and Flynn's got to get on his horse here for a takedown. He's got to be offensive. You can't let this point off the board, Mike. You got to go get it. 30 to go. Keller comes in on that double again. Flynn doesn't mind it. He spikes the hips and looking for 2, and there it is. Woo! Well, again, it's hard to criticize Larry Biddle, but we are going to criticize officials that aren't letting that play out on the edge, because that, to me, again, was 2. We've seen it called both ways this year in the matches we have covered. Oh, now Flynn's in on a double. Gets a shot of his own, and Keller kind of sprawling same way. Flynn gets better position. See if he comes around. 8 seconds. This is huge. 6. And there's the 2. So Logan Flynn goes and gets it. Gets the major and gets that point back. That is huge. 10-1 will be the score. And I'll tell you what, Mike, we saw a great wrestling match right there by Logan Flynn. Getting a win on a state qualifier. It's a major. I got to help the scorekeepers out over there, Mike. I'll be right back. So it is a major decision. Larry Biddle's going to make sure the scorers get it right there. So 10-1, and I'll tell you what, if the Hatters come back and win, have we ever? Oh, it was only the second match we're giving the wrestler of the match. Can you give it to the losing team wrestler? We're going to find out right now. 2 bouts to go. This thing is heating up. So we're getting what we paid for here tonight, Mike. They charge us at the door. It's unbelievable, Wissahickon. Nah, just kidding. I want to give a thanks out to Wissahickon for hosting us to here tonight for this big SOL American Conference match. So we roll in 37-28 right now. So the match is still out there for the Hatters or Wissahickon. Hatters have a big chore, though. They're 9 back. So we'll see what the Hatters can do here at 106 pounds with Orion Newell, Jim Newell, a longtime HH Wrestling Club coach, and I believe he was a president as well of the organization, and now helping out here with the Hatters. He was KV coach the last couple of years, our head coach down there, and Orion, we expect big things out of Newell. So Newell gets a takedown right out of the gate, stacking up Labrioli. See if they can get 6 right here, make it interesting going to the last bout. Gets 2. No, just a freshman. Stacking this half up. Big trouble now. Labrioli's going to have to really battle out of this one with a full minute to go. Newell's just got to settle in, Mike. Plenty of time. And I'll tell you what, we're going to have a real humdinger here at 113 pounds. Nope. Newell loses that. Or I should say Labriola fights his way out. I don't know how you call that one, but 7-0 lead by Orion Newell. Working here on the edge hard. No letdown by Newell, still looking for some backs, trying to bar it up again. I think he's got to look for something real tight here, Mike. You got to be careful. Tech ball's no good right now. And I hate to say it, but it's not. So the Wissahickon bench really silenced by that Flynn victory over Matt Keller. And it was a big win. I think people take notice around that here in the district and the region where these two guys are going to go. And Logan Flynn right now looking solid at either heavyweight or 220. And, of course, Keller is same. I think Keller, if anything, he would go the other way, go down. But he's a solid 220 right now. So Orion Newell, solid 7-0 lead right out of the gate here at 106 pounds. Can't wait to see this matchup here at 113 pounds. Might be one of those toss-up bouts again. Not sure what the conversation is here with Coach Mongill and Coach Biddle. Not sure if Coach Mongill wanted that fall earlier and had some choice words during the match. Larry Biddle's great because he'll call you over the table and have a gentlemanly conversation, and that's how it should be. Respect for the coaches and the officials when they want you over at the table. And we did have one of those disrespectful ones earlier when we had that fall at the end of the buzzer. We're not really sure which way that went, but it went Wissahickon's way on the scoreboard. And right now, it's not really going to matter if Hatboro-Horsham does their job here. Flynn with a great, just excellent Peterson execution there, Mike. I mean textbook. Just a pushback, little sit out, boom, head turn, went right to that Peterson. Jim Newell, father from Belfont. We don't like them either, Mike. I think they might even have the red and black colors, or they red and white. Stalling call down there on Labriola, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, Orion Newell is just having his way on top here with Labriola. I mean, various pinning combination. There, this is the one right here. Nothing left there. Just goes to that reinforced bar to the half, and good night, Irene. So here we go. 34-37. Wissahickon just has to hang on. I might have to tally up my falls now, and it's a good thing I'm keeping score tonight, Mike. So 6-2 Newell, 37-34. Trying to do all the math. I'm guessing, without even looking, that Hatboro-Horsham has the advantage with the falls, but I could be wrong. Well, it's tie. 5-4 Hatters. 5 forfeit. Okay, so the forfeit could be the. If it comes down to that. All right, so Terenzi out for. I think we have Rakar out for the Hatters. Mike's looking for the spelling on that one. I'm helping him out. Oh, I'm not. Yeah, yes. I think we got it right. Ethan Terenzio. And I'm just going to call him Shub. Rakar. Got that right. Railcar. To get one of the Hatters over here to help me. Oh. Shubham looking for a headlock. Ooh, nothing there, out on the edge. 2 for Terenzio. So I'll tell you, the little guys are going to let it fly right here at 113. I don't think the Hatters had anybody else to go at 106. So Newell had to come out at 106. Would have been nice to have that luxury to move Newell around. So locking hands call. So these are two inexperienced wrestlers out there right now. 2-1. And, here we go, Mike. One of those dual meets is going to be decided by one of those toss-up matches, 37-34. Boy, I totally was off on this one. But I've been pretty good so far, I got to say. I think that Wissahickon really stole some toss-up bouts. They got some falls and big bonus points where I didn't expect them to get them. So Shubham coming around on a shot. See if he can get 2. He does. Oh, got to be careful here. Terenzio right to his back, recovers quickly. Now the Hatters trying to score backs. Looking for a mixer. Got to be careful here. Got to get off your knees. Both guys still on now. They're coming off. It's a guy who stays off his knees. Still in control is the HH wrestler. Suburban up now 4-2 in the match. Trying to work a bar and a half. Got to go to the reverse half there. Kind of didn't know it was there. Suburban edges Terenzio to his back with the half. So the Hatters, 20 seconds to go. Biddle's got to get on the other side here and get a better view. I don't know what he sees. 9 seconds. There it is. So the Hatters take it to the limit, Mike. Oh my goodness, we're going to need some help picking these wrestlers in the match this year. Mike and I had to defer to Nick Pompey. So let me tell you something. You get a neighborhood rivalry in conference, SOL American. They exchange falls all night long. I guess it would have been 5-5. No, I guess 5-5 total with the bonus points, but with the falls. But the Hatters, they edge it out 40-37, and I'm really struggling right now. Really struggling. I'm gonna give the match, wrestler of the match, sponsored by ASICS and of course Schuylkill Valley Sports, to Logan Flynn from Hatboro-Horsham with that big win over Dan Keller. It's kind of a no-brainer, Mike. So we're gonna sign off here. Maybe get an interview with Logan Flynn and Coach Mongillo, and maybe even talk to some young bucks from Hatboro-Horsham as well. We're going to sign off here with Wissahickon High School. Hatboro-Horsham gets a win 40-37 in a heck of a dual meet. Have a good night.